There's a lot of girls in WNBA that have done it in spurts, but that game I'm watching y'all in the Final Four, I'm like, damn, like, and I was a hater because I'm down when she was like, she's not gonna hit that shot, and bam, like, damn, she's not gonna hit that shot, man. Like, if I say 10 times you're not gonna hit the shot and you hit the shot, that means you're the truth. So I'm telling you.
Nobody saw it coming when Caitlin Clark straight up shut down the legendary Britteny Griner with just one slick move. This wasn't just a regular matchup, it turned into the spark that blew the Griner versus. Clark beef wide open, and just when everyone thought the drama couldn't get any messier, Angel Reese, yes, that Angel Reese, decided to drop some serious heat, flipping the whole narrative on its head. For months, Angel stayed quiet while the internet went wild, dragging Caitlin through the mud. Tweets and blogs painted her as spoiled, entitled, and even suggested she had set Brittany up to take the fall. But Angel couldn't sit back any longer. She came through swinging, and she's making it crystal clear. Britteny Griner is the one fans should really be side-eyeing. In a shocking interview, Angel spilled that the real reason Brittany lashed out at Caitlin a few weeks ago wasn't about basketball at all. According to her, Brittany was trying to stop Caitlin from pulling the curtain back on some secrets she didn't want exposed. And if that wasn't bold enough, Angel claimed Brittany wanted to send a message that if she could humiliate Caitlin in public and walk away untouched, imagine what she could do behind the scenes. That's not just beef, that's straight up intimidation. The tension in this feud is hotter than anything the WNBA has ever seen, and Angel is ripping the lid off. Fans can't believe she's stepping in on Caitlin's side, especially since the two of them have been fierce rivals on the court. But according to insiders, Angel couldn't watch the whole storyline twist into something fake without stepping up to clear the smoke. She might be Caitlin's biggest competition, but she wasn't about to let the world rewrite the truth while she stayed silent. Caitlin Clark has been catching nonstop heat all season long, and half the time, nobody can even explain why. It feels like people are hating just to hate, and the proof is all over social media. One user on X even tried to clown her with a post that went viral, calling her a bad example to kids. He admitted Caitlin is talented on the court, but then flipped the script, saying her behavior during the tournament was disappointing and claiming she blew her chance to be a positive role model. But here's the kicker. Caitlin hasn't been out here wildin' at all. She's been standing up to bullies, keeping her head in the game, and refusing to fold under pressure. So when people start painting her as some kind of villain, it reeks of an agenda cooked up just to drag her down. The energy doesn't add up, and fans are starting to notice. And that's not even the end of it. Beyond the bad role model label, people have been coming after her with some ugly accusations, calling her spoiled, a diva, and even flat out entitled. The comment sections have been filling up with nasty shots like, Caitlin Clark seems a little self-entitled and I can't stand her, or Caitlin Clark has always been so entitled. One person even crossed the line with a brutal post saying, Caitlin Clark is not a damsel in distress. She's an a-hole, but fights it instead of embracing it. Give it more time. What's wild is that when you actually look at the dates, most of these so-called fan takes started popping up right after her beef with Britteny Griner blew up in public. The timing isn't just suspicious, it's almost too perfect, like someone lit the match and then stepped back to watch the fire spread. And with Angel Reese now pulling receipts about what's really going on, people are starting to wonder if Caitlin's haters were never organic at all, but part of a bigger setup that's finally being exposed. And Angel Reese isn't chalking any of this up to chance, she's calling it straight out. According to her, the wave of hate that suddenly crashed down on Caitlin Clark didn't just appear out of nowhere. Angel believes Britteny Griner had a direct hand in it, and to anyone paying close attention, the pieces fit together too perfectly to ignore. In her interview, Angel made it clear, Brittany didn't go after Caitlin for fun or out of competitiveness, she went at her to keep something buried. Angel revealed that Brittany's biggest fear was Caitlin exposing her, and that's why she tried to flex dominance so publicly. Angel put it bluntly, Brittany might try to act like she's untouchable, but we all know her secrets. And the crazy part? Angel warned that no amount of bullying would ever stop the truth from eventually spilling out. So what truth is she talking about? Here's where the twist kicks in. For years, whispers have been circling the league about Brittany. Rumors tied to medical records and supposed DNA tests that people claim revealed unexpected details about her physical profile as an athlete. Nothing has ever been confirmed, but insiders swear the chatter isn't random. It's tied to something the WNBA has allegedly been aware of the whole time. Sources even claim it's not just a rumor anymore, but what many around the league quietly treat as an open secret. That's why the timing is so messy. Because if Caitlyn wasn't preparing to shine a spotlight on it, someone else was gearing up to do it. And shockingly, Angel Reese herself might have been ready to blow the lid off before Caitlyn even had the chance. With Angel stepping in and dropping hints, the story isn't just about basketball beef anymore. It's about the possibility of a league-wide cover-up that could rock the WNBA to its core. And if these claims hold any weight, then the drama between Brittany and Caitlyn might only be the tip of something way bigger. So the big question is, who's really telling the truth here? Is Angel Reese dropping the real tea, or is there someone higher up in the league pulling strings to control the narrative? And let's not ignore this. Why did no other player rush to Caitlyn's defense when the hate storm hit her? The silence across the board has fans scratching their heads, but what really shook people was Angel being the one to call Brittany out. Nobody expected that curveball. Think about it. Angel and Brittany were never BFFs, but they weren't enemies either. They had built this image of mutual respect, a sort of sisterhood in the league. Angel even went viral not too long ago for hyping up Brittany in a way that caught everyone off guard. She was quoted saying prime Britteny Griner would even take down prime Allen Iverson. Later, Angel tried to play it off, saying she didn't actually make that exact comment. But here's the thing, she never denied the sentiment itself. Translation: she still thinks Britteny Griner is a beast on the court, and Brittany didn't seem mad at it one bit. In fact, she played along. Her response was pretty smooth. She said, "We know this. Fake AI was and will be one of the most exciting players to watch. I get crossed up watching his highlights. That's not the kind of shade people expected. If anything, it sounded like she was enjoying the conversation." It doesn't stop there either. Both Angel and Brittany have shown love for each other in different interviews over the years. In her Rolling Stone sit-down, Brittany actually gave Angel major props. She praised her for bringing fresh energy into the league, saying, "I love the hype. I love everything. I love the fact that we have all these new fans. I think the momentum is definitely growing for Brittany." Angel was clearly someone who brought excitement, attention, and a new wave of fans to the WNBA. So that's what makes Angel's recent comments sting even more. When someone who once admired you starts peeling back your layers, it doesn't just look like beef. It looks like betrayal. And that betrayal is what's turning this whole feud into a ticking time bomb. If anybody was going to come for Brittany in this messy feud, Angel Reese was the last name people thought they'd hear. Fans actually assumed Angel would ride with Brittany, because when it comes to Caitlin Clark, Angel has been locked in as her ultimate rival. Sports commentators never miss a chance to compare the two, and everyone knows they're each other's biggest competition in the league right now. That's why Angel siding with Caitlyn instead of Brittany hit like a shockwave. The twist wasn't just their rivalry, it was the history behind it. Even Angel's own mentor, the legendary Shaquille O'Neal, has made it no secret that he's a Caitlyn fan. That infamous podcast interview still gets people talking. Shaq spent almost the entire time hyping Caitlyn up like she was the second coming of basketball greatness, calling her the best thing since sliced bread. And when Shaq put Angel on the spot, asking her why she thought the world loved Caitlyn so much, Angel had a chance to show grace. She could have admitted Caitlyn's talent speaks for itself, but instead, she brushed it off, saying it was all about the logo threes.
Why do you think people love Caitlin Clark, besides her skills?
She can shoot threes from logo.
We never seen that before. That's my point. Steph Curry, a little kid. Like Steph Curry, I love. You know why I love Steph Curry? Because I've never seen that before. I've never seen that before. I've seen it a little bit in Mahmoud Abdul-Roh, but I've never seen a guy consistently come down. And if you look at, like, if you saw Steph on the street, he ain't got the LeBron muscles. He's not 6'9", he's 6'10". He look like a perfect, normally office guy.
Yeah.
But he's doing stuff that people never seen before. She's doing stuff we never seen before. Never seen nobody do that on a consistent basis.
You could almost feel the tension through the screen. Shaq wasn't having it either. He shut that down right away, reminding her that fans don't love Caitlyn just because she can shoot from deep. They love her because she's got the whole package. Shaq looked her in the eye and practically crowned Caitlyn the future of basketball right there in front of her. And if you rewatch that clip closely, Angel's face says it all. The jealousy, the frustration, the sting of being dismissed by her own mentor. It's written all over her expression. That moment became a symbol of just how complicated this rivalry really is. And now, for Angel to turn around and back Caitlyn against Brittany, it's got fans convinced this feud is no longer just about basketball. It's personal, and the betrayal is getting deeper by the day. But hold up, there's another layer to this drama. Remember when Angel flashed that hand sign at Caitlyn during a heated game and people instantly labeled her ghetto? Yet when Caitlyn turned around and did the exact same thing to Hailey Van Lith, the reaction was totally different. Instead of backlash, folks just brushed it off like it was nothing. That double standard sparked a huge debate online, and it proved once again how the media and fans treat these two players completely differently. That's why this latest move from Angel doesn't feel like clout chasing at all. She's not jumping into the Britteny Griner mess just to grab headlines. If anything, she's risking her own image by speaking out. Angel doesn't stand to gain from this fight. What she is doing is making it clear that she's not afraid to ruffle feathers if it means exposing what's really been going down in the league. And when you break it all down, it actually makes sense why she'd side with Caitlyn here. This isn't just about rivalry anymore, it's about justice. Caitlyn has been painted as the underdog from the second she stepped into the WNBA spotlight. She's been bullied, branded as jealous, labeled entitled, and treated like the league's scapegoat. People have dragged her name non-stop while ignoring the fact that she's been holding her own against some of the toughest competition in women's basketball. On the court, it's been even uglier. Caitlyn has dealt with constant elbows, snarky remarks, and petty taunts from players who seem determined to frustrate her every time she touches the ball. And all of that tension boiled over into the now infamous clip of Britteny Griner losing control and coming straight at Caitlyn mid-game. That explosive moment didn't just end in Brittany fouling out, it triggered a firestorm of controversy that's still raging today. What really turned heads, though, were the words that followed. Fans claim Brittany got so heated that she hurled racially charged remarks at Caitlyn, allegedly calling her a trash white girl. That crossed the line from a basketball clash into something way deeper and way uglier. And ever since, the league has been scrambling to decide how to handle it, or if they even want to address it at all. What really flipped the story upside down wasn't just Brittany's outburst, it was how people reacted to it. For almost any other player in the league, those comments would have been career-ending on the spot. Need a reminder? Think back to 2021, when Liz Cambage allegedly hurled racial slurs at members of the Nigerian women's basketball team. The fallout was brutal. Liz was dragged through the mud, pulled out of the Olympics, and her WNBA career never recovered. One mistake, and she was basically pushed out of the game for good. Now fast forward a few years, and suddenly Britteny Griner can say something just as damaging, and the league acts like it's not a big deal. No suspensions, no fines, no forced statements. It's like the rules don't apply anymore. And here's where the hypocrisy stings the most. Imagine if Caitlyn had been the one to use that exact same slur against Brittany. By now, she'd be slapped with a suspension, fined into the ground, and the media would be dragging her non-stop with headlines screaming about hate crimes and cancel culture. The double standards couldn't be louder if they tried. And here's the kicker. Brittany hasn't even bothered to take responsibility. No apology, no public acknowledgement, not even a fake PR statement to smooth things over. The bare minimum would have been to show some accountability, but instead, she walked away untouched, leaving the league to clean up the mess she created. But the part that had Angel Reese ready to blow the whistle was what insiders are claiming Brittany did after the fact. Reports say she was openly bragging about how she could do whatever she wanted without consequences. Not only was she caught bullying another player on camera, but then she allegedly started rubbing it in, flaunting her untouchable status around the league like she was bigger than the rules. That's the energy that finally pushed Angel to step forward with the truth. To her, it wasn't just about Caitlyn anymore, it was about Brittany acting like she was the boss of everyone, daring the league to check her, knowing they never would. Reports started leaking that Brittany wasn't just clashing with Caitlyn, she was flexing her power over everyone. Word around the league was that she had been scolding teammates like she was their coach, ignoring actual plays being called, and basically treating her spot on the roster like it was untouchable. And the wildest part? The league's higher-ups didn't lift a finger to check her. By letting Brittany run wild, the message was loud and clear. This was now acceptable behavior in the WNBA. That's why the silence after Brittany's attack on Caitlyn made so much sense. Even when former players and top commentators were calling for accountability, the league pretended like nothing happened. They protected Brittany while leaving Caitlyn to take all the heat, and fans knew something shady was going on behind closed doors. But Angel Reese wasn't about to let that slide. By stepping up and spilling the real reason Brittany went after Caitlyn, she shook the entire league to its core. She wasn't just defending Caitlyn, she was pulling the curtain back on a culture that's been protecting certain players while sacrificing others. And now, the rumors are heating up that Angel herself might be next on Brittany's hit list. Insiders say Brittany isn't happy about Angel's comments and may already be plotting her next move. But here's the twist. Angel isn't backing down. Word is, she's planning to take Caitlyn's fight and push it even further, digging up the kind of receipts that could destroy Brittany's untouchable image once and for all. If the whispers are true, Brittany better think twice before making her next move, because Angel's plan might not just expose her. It could end her career for good. So what do you think about this drama? Did Angel Reese just flip the script on the whole league? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and I'll catch you on the next one.